Hi everyone. So, day one of our week where we're going to be looking more deeply into gratefulness, gratitude practicing, and how our ancient ancestors can help us right now in the 21st century, but also how they may be affecting us more negatively. So today is the first activation we're going to do this week. So today we're going to look at settling and healing our ancient ancestors that may have had lives that did not lead to gratefulness. So in other words, they were unhappy, they were miserable, they lived in poverty, they lived in misery, they had got enough to eat, they watched their family members get ill and die. All kinds of things that did not lead to a happy, productive, healthy life. So not a life that they were able to give thanks for. Now, in this activation, we'll be going back 1,000 years in your personal genetic family tree. We will heal the ancestors that had unhappy lives and that may be affecting the quality of your life right now. If this is the first time you've watched one of my activations, so pause the video and go and grab yourself a drink. I've got a hot peppermint tea here. Otherwise, grab yourself a glass of water, coffee, whatever you feel like, that's fine. When I say, and a drink to the ancestors, you take a sip of your drink and you'll see me take a sip of mine. If you want to take this out, fine, not a problem. All you need to do is grab your headset, grab a bottle of water or a hot drink and go out and walk somewhere quiet, a park, a beach, just somewhere where you won't be disturbed. You don't have to be meditating. You don't have to be sitting in your room with your eyes closed. You can just sit quietly somewhere or walk somewhere and receive exactly the same benefits. So today, if you're going out, that's great. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you're going to be sitting in your room, phone switched off, do not disturb on the door, and you need 10 to 15 minutes just to listen and drink when I say drink to the ancestors. All right, so through the process, I'm going to have my eyes closed. You can sit quietly, keep your eyes closed, or just sit and listen, whichever you choose. All right, so I will assume you're going to follow along with me, so I'll give you and I will speak through my way of relaxation and coming into this mode. All right. Let's take a few deep breaths in and out. Arriving here in this room, in this space, in this time. Take another few deep breaths in and out and allow the out breath just to fall gently out of your mouth. Feeling your feet nice and flat on the floor and feeling the weight of your body as it sits on the chair, the weight of your torso, and feel your hands relax and rest easy on your lap or the arms of your chair. And now take another deep breath in and out. And I call to my ancestors, the very many ancestors back through the very many centuries, calling back the ancestors of mine that had unhappy lives, unfulfilled lives, lives lacking in love, lives overcome by grief and pain, ancestors that were sick, ill, and watched their family become sick, ill, and die. As blood calls blood, calling back all the ancestors of mine who lived these poor lives from the 18th, 19th, and 20th centuries. Calling back all the women and men who saw love pass them by, who saw life pass them by, who suffered with illness, despair, poverty. Calling back the ones that did not feel gratitude or thankfulness for their life because it was overcome by so much pain and misery. Calling back the grandmothers, the grandfathers, the fathers, the mothers, the sons, the daughters, the girls, the boys, calling back all those that suffered in misery in their lives. Calling you back here now for me, your descendant, me, the one that came after, and me that is looking towards you, bowing to you and saying, I see you, I know you, I feel you. And with the acknowledgement and with the love that I feel for all of my ancestors, I ask that the divine truth and knowledge that will flow down through the centuries towards you is coming with my love, my gratitude, and my thanks. And with the love now that is coming down through the centuries, there is the divine understanding that the nature and quality of your life was exactly how it was supposed to be. And with that love and with that understanding, there is a settling, there is a freeing, and there is now a rejoicing in being seen, being heard, being known. And I say thank you, and I drink to you. As blood calls blood, reaching back through the many, many centuries of living, the many, many changes in the way life is lived, calling back to the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th centuries, calling back all the ancestors of mine that died and lived in misery, that watched love pass them by, that watched life pass them by, that lived in despair, in illness, that watched their family die with sickness, ill health, old age, the ones that lived in poverty, the ones that lived without money, the ones that had little to feel grateful for, the ones that lived lives unremarkable in poverty, calling back now the grandmothers, the mothers, the sisters, the girls, calling back the grandfathers, the fathers, the husbands, the sons, calling back all those that died this miserable way and lived in this miserable life, calling you back here now to receive the divine understanding and love from all of the ones that came after you. And I ask now that all the descendants after you turn towards you, see you, nod their acknowledgement to you, and say thank you to you. And me, your descendant, me, the one that has come after you, now ask that the divine love and understanding flow towards you. And with that flow of love towards you comes the divine understanding that the quality of your life was just how it was supposed to be. The life you lived was exactly how it was supposed to be. And for me, your ancestor, I say thank you, and I drink to you. Reaching back further and further through the centuries, through the years of living, through the family tree that binds and ties and holds us together as blood calls blood, calling back the ancestors of mine of the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th century. Calling you back here now, all those of you who lived miserable lives, that watched love pass them by, that watched illness take family, take children, calling back the ones of you who suffered through your life, through illness, through poverty, through just the way that the world was and the way your community was at that time, calling back those who could not feel grateful for anything in their life because everything felt like pain and chore and work and misery. Calling you back here now for you to see your ancestors, your descendants, and how they prospered, how they become wealthy, how they become healthy, proud and grateful. And we turn, all the descendants and ancestors turn towards you, nod towards you and say thank you. We see you, we know you, and we say thanks to you. And with this love and understanding, the divine truth of your lives is now racing down through the centuries towards you. And with that divine truth, you now know that the life you lived and the quality of your life was exactly how it was supposed to be. And with the love that is flowing towards you, I say thank you and I drink to you. Reaching back further and further through the centuries, far, far away and far, far in time, reaching back to the 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th centuries. As blood calls blood, I call back all the ancestors of mine that suffered miserable, painful lives, calling back the grandmothers, the grandfathers, the mothers, the fathers, the husbands, the wives, the sisters, the brothers, the girls, the boys, the aunts, the uncles, the nephews, the nieces, calling back all in my family line that suffered through miserable lives, that lived in grief or in illness or in sickness, the ones beaten, abused, the ones that could not feel gratefulness for anything. Calling you back here now for you to receive the love of me and all the descendants and all the ancestors that came after you. Asking now that all of the descendants turn towards you. Say thank you for you, your life, your being in the world. And with the love that is now flowing towards you comes a divine understanding that your life was lived in exactly the way it was supposed to be, that there was purpose, that there was reason, and that divine understanding is now coming towards you. And with that understanding, I say thank you and I drink to you. Reaching back through the centuries of living to the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st centuries, reaching back so very far in time to places and times and eras long gone, of ways of living long gone. Calling back to my ancient ancestors that suffered poor lives, miserable lives, lives without love, lives without hope or thanks or money or prosperity. The ones that life passed them by, the ones that felt lost, the ones that were miserable, the ones that were ill and suffered with illness. Calling you back here now to receive the love and blessings of all the ancestors and descendants that came after you. And I ask that all the descendants that came turn towards you, nod and say thank you to you for your life, for being present, for being here. For without you, none of us would be here. And with the love that flows down towards you, There is now the divine understanding coming to you of the reasons for your life, the reasons for that life and quality of life, the reasons that can now be known by you are flowing down through the centuries towards you now. And me, your ancestor, me, your descendant, says thank you, and I drink to you. And now, as I sit here in the 21st century, I ask that all of the descendants, all of the ancestors of mine that suffered through their lifetime, all of which knew misery, knew love passed you by, knew life passed you by, and was unforgiving and unrelentless. That love and the divine understanding of your life is now flowing down towards you through the centuries, through the weaving of the net, of the weave of your family tree. And that love is now flowing down through all the very many centuries, through all of the line. And I say thank you to all of you, and I drink to you. And now as I breathe in and out, feeling the love of the ancestors around me, feeling their presence, returning to this space, this room, this chair, this floor, and I can open my eyes. Well, I could definitely feel the love as it flowed down through the centuries towards every century, actually. You may have the same experience, that you feel that love and energy flow down through the years. So I say goodbye for now and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.